phonics. Now yesterday we started looking at the sound qu and the digraph that we use for writing it. Here it is. It's a letter Q and a letter U. And the sign that we use, the action that we use is qu, qu, like a duck's beak, quack, quacking. Okay, let's see if we can find places where it's written down and things around the house. The first thing I found in our house was this. This is a set of instructions for getting started with setting up a new pair of earphones. And this is not a lengthy instruction book, it's a quick start guide. Quick. And here is the title. Quick Start Guide. And you can see, because it's a title, they've chosen to write it all in capital letters. So these are all uppercase letters. And here we've got a CD set from a band called Queen. Now they've also chosen to write their qu with capital letters, but look how it's got this sweeping line here, almost curly. The sweeping line on the capital Q. A lot of people write their Qs that way. And in fact, if you look inside this set, there are actually 3 CDs in here, and each time they've written Queen, they've done it with that sweeping line on the capital Q. You really see that on my next example, which is Quality Street. This tub did have sweeties in it. It no longer has sweeties in it, I have to say. We're just using it for storage. But look how the capital Q, it's got a lowercase u, but it's still a qu. But look how they've used the line of the Q right across the whole word. All the way from the beginning to end of quality. There. Qu. And this little book is a nice book about mindfulness. It's called A Handful of Quiet. And there you can see on the quiet, they've chosen a capital Q because it's the name of the book, and it's a lowercase u, but again they've got that little sort of curly line on the capital Q. Can you see it? That's the way I like to write my Qs. Not quite as flamboyant as Quality Street, but just that little curling line there. And here's one that if you didn't even know it was qu, you might not be able to guess. This is a family quiz book full of quiz questions. And it says Bumper Family Quiz Book. Look at that qu there. The capital Q has got a very curly line on it. It's not very long, but it is quite curly. And then lowercase u. And sometimes our qu does not come at the beginning of the word. Sometimes it comes inside the word. Like in this book here, a different book entirely. This is a recipe book. And as you can see, most of the recipes are for little tray bakey things that come in squares. And here we have it, 150 delicious squares. Now, I wonder if you can see that. Squares. Again, all capital letters, all uppercase. Not nearly so fancy this time. They want the food to be fancy, but the writing is not for this bit. And last but not least, here we have some hand soap. This was a present, this hand soap, from one of Grace's friends who happens to come from France. So the writing is in French at the top and then in English underneath. And in English underneath we can see that it is liquid. They've written it in capital letters again, liquid. And if you look very carefully, you might see in the French the word liquide. Very similar, also with a qu in the middle of it. Liquide. You might have liquid hand soap in your house. You might have washing up liquid in your house as well.